It's coming from out there.
Hey, Bob. You're in a movie theater, not the off room in your mom's nursing home. So turn your phone to silent or I'll shove it so far up your you'll have to answer it through your
No. Easy now. Easy now. So much testosterone. It's... God, when you yell like that, it makes my vibrate. At least I think it's my... Listen, just, turn your phones off. Or put them on silent. You know, whatever you prefer. I'm gonna take his neck veins for a walk now. Enjoy the film. Nice fourth wall break back there. I didn't think you had it in you.
Shut your mouth.
No. They do not like that word in America, or Canada, or the Netherlands.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman just released the Deadpool and Wolverine Turn Off Your Phones PSA that's playing in theaters now in front of all movies. Even though they're just doing it as a gag, Wolverine breaking the fourth wall just like Deadpool, there's a bunch of Easter eggs they sneak into this because they're playing it as if it's an actual scene in the middle of the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, and they're pausing their own movie to yell at the audience. This is also now canonically the first time the Wolverine character has ever broken the fourth wall in any medium, both the comics and in the movies. Surprisingly, Wolverine has never actually broken the fourth wall in any comic ever. If you're brand new to the channel, we're doing a giveaway for tickets for the movie. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and just post all your reactions in the comments below. I'll name a couple giveaway winners later during this video too. If this Deadpool and Wolverine clip isn't playing in theaters where you live, it probably will be soon. It just started to show up around the world. Most theater chains have some version of a public service announcement like this, just playing after the trailers are done before the actual movie starts to remind everybody to put away their phones. You would be surprised at how many people have their phones out in the middle of movies. It is disgusting movie-going behavior. It is very, very disruptive. You are well within your rights to yell at people in theaters about this. I never expected Ryan Reynolds to make a Deadpool and Wolverine version of something like this, but they're doing it as if it's in-universe, like they're in the MCU, and they're breaking the fourth wall of their own movie to remind everyone to put away their phones. This is also supposed to represent the beginning of the funny non-trailer promos that Ryan Reynolds used to release all the time when the first couple of Deadpool movies came out. Like him releasing something that isn't necessarily a trailer, doesn't really give anything about the movie actually away, but just winds up being a promo for the movie that is sometimes better than an actual trailer.
Two professors, one cup.
What's happening?
It's just like the X-Men movies. You know, it doesn't matter. That fell apart quickly. Ooh. Guess it's just you and me, Logan.
I guess so.
You know what that makes this a reunion for?
X-Men Origins reunite. Yeah.
If you haven't followed Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in real life for a long time, they've been friends forever, and they do this all the time in real life for each other's products or each other's movies. Even if they're not in the movie that the other person is making, they'll just help them promote it by doing some funny clip like this. But this clip is totally in keeping with the tone of Deadpool and something that he would do normally. In the opening 9 minutes of the movie that they released at CinemaCon, Deadpool breaks the fourth wall at least 8 different times with references to other movie studios, like he calls out Fox, he calls out Marvel itself, he calls out Kevin Feige. He really lays into Disney, and that's just the opening scenes. You have to imagine it's way more of that during the rest of the movie. I think the reason why this is so much better is that it's actually Wolverine himself breaking the fourth wall. Deadpool even congratulates him on doing it, like, I didn't think you had that fourth wall break in you. And like I said, this is the first time canonically that Wolverine has done it because he's in character when he's doing this. Hugh Jackman has never broken the fourth wall in any of his Marvel movies before while he's playing the Wolverine character, and just because of the way they treated the Wolverine character in the comics going all the way back to his inception, he's always been such a serious character, you can understand why they've never actually had the character himself break the fourth wall. Like, it'd be totally weird if he did something like that, like he's just not a silly character like that. Deadpool, on the other hand, does it in like every other sentence. Now, since they're treating this like they're breaking the fourth wall, pausing their own movie, they're in the middle of Deadpool and Wolverine when this happens. Notice that Wolverine still has his sleeves attached, so it'd have to happen before all these moments of their arrival at the fight at the dead Ant-Man base with Cassandra Nova, all the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Punisher characters, Fox, Marvel characters. There's so many people here at the base that are under hoods, it's kind of hard to tell what these cameos are going to wind up turning into because we only see some of them. Anybody from any Marvel movie is fair game, not just the Fox Marvel movies, but like the Sony Marvel movies. So you're talking about Spider-Man movies, but you also remember they did the Ghost Rider movie, so Ghost Rider is fair game. The Eric Bana Hulk movie at Universal, fair game. But the actual scene starts with them inside what looks like part of an underground tunnel with railroad tracks near the exit, like a passageway used for transporting stuff. The only visible markings on the walls around here are the power cables and the speed limit signs saying 30 miles per hour. Not clear if they're still on Wolverine's world when this is happening, or if they're on the Void at this point, or somewhere where it's been pruned, because there are a couple other bases that we see them at. Like they're in someone else's lair here somewhere with a bunch of stuff that's been pruned that they've collected. Like this is Hulk's bed from Thor Ragnarok in the background, so you have to imagine that there's a bunch of other Easter egg items that they've collected here sitting around. The closest things we've seen in a Marvel movie that look like these kinds of tunnels were inside the Weapon X program when they traveled back there during X2. So maybe this is meant to be a soft reference to that, because pretty much anything on the Void could be a reference to some other Marvel movie in some way. Then the phone starts ringing as if it's coming from the audience. They turn to camera, pausing their movie like they paused Deadpool and Wolverine. How dare you make us pause this movie? Start yelling at the audience to get them to turn it off. And apparently Wolverine really hates interruptions like these. I love the way he almost punches Deadpool out of frame. You could call it a reference back to the Hulk punching Thor out of frame during the first Avengers movie. Couple other things of note during his rant here too. Apparently there's a jerk-off room inside nursing homes. Good to know. Be sure to stay away from weird rooms in nursing homes. Also be sure to wash your hands pretty regularly. All of Deadpool's jokes, though, are mostly just about being turned on by Wolverine's rage. Like they're using that vibe for all the marketing just in general. All the talk about happy endings, about them coming together, like they're trying to build this as sort of a relationship, but it's very one-sided because Deadpool is like the biggest Wolverine fanboy in any universe. And I think they've done a good job during all the trailers of kind of selling Wolverine's vibe during this. Like he absolutely cannot stand Deadpool and tries to kill him several times. Part of the joke, though, being that they both have healing factors. Deadpool's healing factor is so powerful that he'll just heal any damage that Wolverine can do to him, and his swords are adamantium, so he can match Wolverine's adamantium claws. All these fight scenes are basically them just hacking away at each other and then them healing the damage immediately until they both get tired of it. Like, this could go on forever. It seems like during some of the other trailer footage, he actually learns about some of his other variants, like the other versions of Wolverine who actually were heroes. Really hoping they have an X-23 cameo scene so that a variant of her, even if she is a variant, an older version, can tell him about the events of the Logan movie and how he was a hero, and that just helps inspire him by the end of the film. But I think the closest that Deadpool is ever going to get to becoming actual friends with this version of Wolverine is that by the movie he'll acknowledge hating him slightly less. Like there's no way he'd ever call Deadpool a friend or give him a hug or anything like that. Like Wolverine would never do something like that. But he might tell him that he's slightly less disgusted by him. When Deadpool jokes about the stuff vibrating in his pants, the only other thing that would be vibrating besides the stuff that he thinks is vibrating would be his phone. But you can let me know if you think Deadpool carries any other gear on him that would vibrate besides the obvious jokes. The whole joke about Wolverine's neck veins is another reference to Hugh Jackman's insane workouts that he does for all the Wolverine movies and the X-Men movies. If you've never seen any of his workout videos, they are nuts. Like, there are actors out there that do push themselves harder. Like, there are bigger, badder workouts out there, but you have to remember that Hugh Jackman is now in his mid-50s still doing that, and he's been doing it on a continual basis for the last 20 plus years. The only thing, though, I don't know why Deadpool would be chiding him for cursing, since he does that all the time in his movies. And even though they haven't released that longer CinemaCon clip-on like the opening 9 minutes of the movie, he literally opens the movie, like the very opening scene, starting his day at work at that used car dealership with Peter. He tries to sell a car to a family with their children sitting behind them on the test drive, going on about how he'd love to have children himself someday, just chatting it up with them casually, saying the kids are great, but he hasn't been having a lot of vaginal sex lately, with the little kids behind them listening to it all, just freaking out with the parents next to them. And it is just the beginning of the butt stuff jokes. Naturally, there were a lot of people out there that were worried when Disney got a hold of all the Fox characters in Deadpool that they would start making Deadpool be PG-13 in all his movies, but apparently that's not the case. You don't need to be worried about that. There's only one thing only that Kevin Feige told Ryan Reynolds that he's not allowed to do in his Deadpool movies. And as for Wolverine now being on the list of Marvel characters who have broken the fourth wall, the characters that typically break the fourth wall or have done it in the past are She-Hulk, who does it all the time in her comics, Spider-Man, Gwenpool for obvious reasons, God of Stories Loki, Doctor Doom of all people, like you'd be surprised it was Doctor Doom of the Fantastic Four comics. Squirrel Girl has done it before, Rick Jones from the Hulk comics, but when he broke the fourth wall, it was actually in the Captain Marvel comics. in the slapstick character who's mostly thought of as a Deadpool character. We will see who Marvel lets break the fourth wall when we get to Avengers 6 Secret Wars, because if Deadpool isn't in Avengers 5, I don't think that anybody's going to break the fourth wall in Avengers 5. I think they'll save that for when Deadpool shows up in one of those big Avengers movies. If there's any other Easter eggs or references that you spotted in this clip that I didn't talk about in the video, just write them below in the comments. And we'll probably get some more non-trailer, non-spoilery promos like this, like them just clowning on each other, having fun. Congratulations, Brian Painter and Lou Zenheitzer. You're the giveaway winners for my last big Deadpool video. Please email me on the About page of my channel on desktop so I can get your contact details. And a reminder, we'll just keep doing the giveaway week to week until the movie actually does come out. Whatever they wind up releasing, of course I will do videos for it. Everyone click here for all the other brand new Deadpool and Wolverine footage, and click here for my brand new Thanos video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.